his chest pumped heavy, looking into the reflection with the ripples that distorted his face. The jawline seemed to resemble his brother's, so the image would never be lost, like a photo that punctured his soul with a pin. The last time his eyes gazed over to his brother, there appeared a neon green motorcycle. His brother's old home stayed flawlessly spotless until now only dust remained sitting on the shelves and furniture. No one came back to clean it. The brother would be standing here shaking his ass like a goof if the young guy continued to throw his slimy bait and fishing line by the seaside every weekend with him. The young guy left his brother driving home in the rain because everything besides the fishing he thought of as boring. He still remembers his brother's eyeballs held wide open while he dangled that fish for the first time. This brother asked him for weeks and months to go back, but 1 month he didn't even make a whisper, and there stood his new motorcycle. During the point of no return, the young guy decided that a fish needed to be caught in memory of his brother, but he sat his ass on the only bench which contained the raw guts of squid and anchovy. The young guy lacked the technical skills, and his hook shredded off every time he attempted to launch it in the water. He almost quit a couple times in fear that he would hook someone that walked by. He looked down after many hours of fishing, and he left his rod held in a cracked up piece of wood to start placing everything back into his tackle box. He only thought how long and painful this trip became. Tears started to dry on his cheeks, which left them damp and oily. He tasted salt on his chapped lips. His hands reeked of some undescribable scent that must be from the intestines of his bait. Empty bottles of beer were scattered along the other side of the bench. There was no chance of catching a fish. He thought the sea calmed him. He realized why his brother may have liked fishing. To fish was not about the fish, but it was about the journey. And to catch one fish would not be enough. Instead, he thought to carry on his brother's legacy, he must go fishing every weekend. A bell started ringing from the top of his fishing rod, so he started tugging and reeling. His line snapped with brute force, and he looked startled. Something ringed, so he picked up his phone to answer. His ears recognized the faint voice of the caller, and the smirk slowly rose on his face. The end.